So I sent you a post that you had already seen
Mm-hmm.
recently on TikTok, and it was about that one court case that's currently happening with a man who committed horrible things to women,
Mm-hmm.
to two women in particular.
Yeah.
And there is like the pictures of him while he's at court.
There's like a video
Yeah.
of him, I think, walking into the court. And so when you sent it to me,
Mm-hmm.
I had told you, oh, I saw this already.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said trigger warning, I think. And I said, oh, I saw this already. Me thinking like, oh, I don't really want to see this again. And I knew about the court case, but not like super details, because sometimes the details make me a little sick.
Yeah.
So then later on in the day, I clicked on the link you sent me, and it opened up TikTok. And in the video, it basically shows him walking into the courtroom. His name is Wade Wilson, which is very unfortunate for people who love Deadpool. And he's walking into the courtroom, whatever. And then there's like a video of him like kind of like smug looking, like kind of like it's like focused on his face, and he's like looking off to the side and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And in the video, it was stitched.
The person who had stitched it basically said that the comments under the original video
Were
disgusting. It was basically girls like romanticizing his whole aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. It's because it was literally thirst traps. Like there were thirst traps for him.
And they were comparing him to like dark romance book boyfriends.
Yeah.
And they were just mentioning like, I can fix him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, he could do whatever to me.
And so basically like the person who made the TikTok was saying that it's disgusting, because if you look at the comments, you see that there's a lot of people saying like, oh, I know book talk is here. Oh, I know book talk this or book talk that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what the fuck? Okay, so I found the name. This was made by Alistair Murray.
Is she a writer?
I'm not sure.
Oh, book lover. I get it.
Alistair Murray on TikTok.
So this, I don't know if you feel it too, but back when we first started our podcast, the book talk community was different, right?
Okay, how so?
I just feel like it was very much, well, I guess I won't say different. I feel like the community that we attracted was very much people who love to read. And that was pretty much it. That was just kind of like the vibe. And we would make just like silly jokes and whatever. But I feel like there's a portion of that community that really romanticizes very taboo romances, because that's a genre in reading, you know, and dark romance is a genre.
Yeah.
People can enjoy it. But then there are people who are either do not know or are just too young to differentiate enjoying certain genres and then trying to make it real life, you know? So just having no social awareness to how wrong it is to romanticize an actual person that unalived two women.
Because I feel like they don't think about the women that he hurt really, really badly and really disgustingly. They don't think about that. They just see this man who they find is good looking and tall, because I think that's what attracted the girls to him, was that he's so tall. And so they see him and they're just like, oh my God, that's my man. That's my dark romance king. And it's just like, do you not know, or do you not care what he's done to people? Like, this man would not give a fuck about you.
Nope.
He would probably hurt you.
Can I also bring up this? It's not connected to this, but this kind of reminds me. Do you know what a Buc-ee's is?
Buc-ee's? No, what is that?
Down in the South, there is this chain of gas stations called Buc-ee's, and people really like it because they're very well known for having a variety of like snacks and foods and sandwiches that are really good. And they're also known for like how clean their bathrooms are. So when you're going on road trips, you stop at these Buc-ee's because it's like they even have merchandise. Like they're that big and well known. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because the son of the creator of Buc-ee's recently got in trouble for putting cameras in the bathrooms, in the women's bathrooms. I don't know the whole story. I want to mention that.
Okay.
But someone stitched that story on TikTok and was kind of like, just to let y'all know, I would let that man see any part of my body if I could still go to a Buc-ee's and eat sandwiches. And they're making a joke, but it's kind of like, you weren't in that situation. If you knew that you were being watched while you were going to the restroom, you wouldn't be making that joke.
You wouldn't even be able to sleep at night.
Yeah. That's so scary.
I feel like, I mean, hey, maybe there are some people who don't give a fuck, you know, like maybe they don't care. Like we're not disregarding that fact.
But that's so like, was it tone deaf?
Yeah.
Like you're not reading the room. Like it's so inconsiderate to the people who are actually going through shit or were affected by that. Same for this Wade Wilson story. You're making jokes like this about a man who unalived two people whose families are probably going to be affected for the rest of their lives. Because I'm not going to talk about the details, but if you do read the details, some of the things he said about these women, if I was the mom of those girls, I would like probably go to therapy for the rest of my life.
Yeah. And it's disgusting because when you look at these comments, there are literally people who when you look at their profile, it's like they're mothers to like children. It's like it's like you have little girls. How do you not understand the weight of your words? And how can you look at this man and think like, oh, he's perfect, I can fix him, you know? Like that's weird.
And to like connect it to kind of what we do on the podcast, because we talk about taboo romances, and sometimes we make
fiction.
That's what I was gonna say. Sometimes we make jokes, but we never make jokes about actual things,
like actual people.
Yeah,
like
actual incidences.
Yeah, like
anything like that.
Like people who have actually gone through stuff like this, they don't find this shit funny, you know. And it's different too, because if they do find it funny, it's like dark humor, you know. And so to me, it makes me feel sick because like I look at these like women just thirsting over this man, and I don't understand this logic, but it hurts me because like my cousin was murdered by her boyfriend when it was a long time ago. But anytime I see any thirst for like serial killers or anything like this, I just think like, damn, I would fucking lose my mind if someone were to be like, oh my god, but like he's so hot though, you know what I mean? Like that, I can't fathom that. Like I don't get it. Like I think it would drive me crazy.
Did you see, totally off topic, on topic, that post that was made of some girl who was at her best friend's funeral and she was drinking like a shot? I think she was drinking alcohol and she was crying. Obviously she was super heartbroken with what had happened, but she makes like a joke that's like, damn, can't believe you just show up and get murdered, like about her best friend who was murdered and passed. And people were kind of like, why would you make that joke when you're surrounded by your best friend's family, friends, loved ones? And then she came out and said like, you can't control how I cope with situations. And I was kind of like, I'm stuck in the middle with that one, because it's like,
that one's a little bit harder for me too, because it's not like you're romanticizing the death itself. You're kind of just like, I think you're just like in shock, right? That it happened. And I bring that up because like I've seen posts where, I'm sure you've seen that one post because it was like blowing up everywhere, where it was like, it was playing that one song that it was like a song that was really popular, and basically the whole premise of it was like me having to like survive my 9 to 5, my mom or my sister who couldn't survive her life, you know what I mean? Like it's because she unalived herself. It's like jokes like that, you know. And it's, that one is different for me, or difficult for me, because I'm not in that situation. Obviously like losing a sibling, I feel like would be like one of the worst things ever.
It's kind of, it's weird that's so interesting that you bring that up. It's weird because like I lost someone in my life, and I was sitting with my cousin, like scrolling through HBO Max, Sorry, Max. We
Oh
were
my
scrolling
God.
trying to find something, and one of the stories that or one of the shows that was there that we could watch, it was called Motherless, and she looked at me and she was like, "Oh, we don't really have to watch that one."
Oh.
And, you know, but it's kind of like, it's different because the grief process has passed. Like
Yeah.
the most intense part.
Yeah. Oh, I get what you mean. I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So you're saying like if this video came out like during like the funeral, then it would hit differently.
I wouldn't make that joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I get
then,
you.
But then it goes back to, and all of this goes back to just how comfortable people are posting certain shit on social media.
I know. They treat it like it's like their
Because
diary.
I don't remember if you remember on they didn't call it this back then, but the whole digital footprint that was ingrained in us when we went to school, it was very much like, you post shit, they'll find you.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who they was. So I was just like, oh shit, okay, I won't post anything.
Yeah.
And I was always so cautious, like on everything. And I feel like that's just gone now.
And I feel like it's so stupid, but like, especially because we were teenagers, or well, younger, but whatever, we were children when, you know, the internet started becoming what it is.
Yeah.
Even like sending pictures to me was like, oh my God, do I really want this picture to be like alive forever? Like, even if it was just like a stupid, like innocent picture, like, I don't know, like I would overthink that.
And it's funny because sometimes I would post pictures and I would, after I posted it, look at it for a bit and be like, okay, is there anything in this picture I don't want people to see? Like, and I would go through it because I was like, shit, that's so scary. But because like entertainment has now become short formed and people just are very quick, like, I'm just gonna post a joke about, like, you know, my best friend getting murdered, whatever, post it online, leave it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like you have no, you didn't, well, who knows, I don't know this person, but it kind of feels like they didn't think of the consequence of posting what they posted, and now it's become a thing to now become defensive with your art online. So if someone doesn't like what you posted, people can be like, you suck, I don't like this. And then you can be like, well, fuck you. Then it becomes
it's like a whole fight.
like, what? I don't get it.
It's just so interesting to me because you know what I think it is? Technology is growing so fucking rapidly, and AI right now is coming out and all this shit. I just feel like, especially to the people who grew up with advanced internet, like it's just like, oh, who cares? Like, who cares if I say this stupid shit? Like, yeah, whatever. I'm only 15 or whatever, you know? Yep. So I feel like to them, it's probably just the norm.
I hate that.
I
hate it so much. And as someone who teaches, and you as, because you're, I don't know how much we talk about you being a writer. She's a writer.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't it kind of crazy to see that people are now forming, like, now there's going to be entertainment that was created by AI.
Oh my God, dude, it's so scary to me. I just feel like, I don't know. Isn't there going to be like a whole streaming service that's literally just all AI?
Which is scary.
That's so
scary.
Was it you who told me that you can like submit like whatever prompt you want and then they'll like make episodes or something?
Know that. It was probably Melissa.
It was probably Melissa. But like, I don't know. But to me, that just sounds crazy.
Well, we went to this book event called Y'all West like a few months back. And in one of the, I don't know if you were there with me. I think we all went to it. Remember when all the authors were sitting in the amphitheater? They were just all sitting in a row. It was like Tracy Dion, Adam Silvera, Angie Thomas. Yeah. They were all up there, Ransom Riggs. And they had brought up AI. And Tracy Dion, which is the author of Legendborn, she had brought up, like, there is one character in my story whose name is Bree, who, like, you know, is going through this magical journey, and there is a guy in that story, I don't remember his name, the love interest.
I don't remember the love interest names for some reason. But
the love interest is very, like, you know, to himself, no one understands him, whatever.
Oh, the shadowy,
the bad boy. And I forget if she said it has like Welsh culture in it, or like Dutch culture, I don't remember which one it was, but she was basically saying that she works with college graduates who are learning language, like that's their major, linguistics.
Oh, I remember this.
And she had brought up that there's a saying that she wanted her characters to say in that language, and the person who was translating for her was like, I just wanted to let you know that when you read the translation, this is how you say it. But the second way that you can say it, and it means the same thing, is by using the word Brie. Instead of saying you say Brie. Mm-hmm. And she was like, holy shit, that's the most romantic shit I've ever heard. Hell yeah. And then she mentions like, AI would never do that for you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't point that out.
And then she also brought up the fact that like reaching out to people who have literally like spent a good chunk of their lives like studying something super specific. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not going to get that through AI.
No, you're not.
You're not going to get the little love that comes with it.
Mm-hmm. Damn, dude. I feel like we could... I looked at the time. I feel like we could talk about this forever.
No, literally. And we derailed. To circle it back to the main part.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying dark romance. There's nothing wrong with enjoying taboo romance. But I feel like what kind of ruins it for everybody is when people start to romanticize actual events and things that people really went through in their lives. And that's when it's just, that's when I have a problem with it. Also, like, I can never imagine, thank God Cheli and I love you so much. I could not picture knowing somebody who romanticizes serial killers. Like, that scares me.
Well, I've worked with a lot of people that do.
That's so scary.
And I've had to like sit them down and just be like, you know, your idols in your life is who you want to become like. And they're just like, yeah, I love insert serial killer name here. And it's just kind of like, do you understand that so many of these people that became this were because they suffered like extreme depression and loneliness? Mm-hmm. Like, that's really what you're idolizing? That you start roasting them. I know. You stupid. No, just kidding. But like, it's just like it's hard because like these people that will tell me these things, I care a lot about them, and I have to be like, you need to take a step back and really evaluate what you're watching. And that's kind of what it comes to. And that's what that's kind of the issue with book communities in some, where it's kind of like people have created a space where they're putting their extreme thoughts. And because so many young people don't understand that thoughts online are opinions, now they're making them into facts.
Yeah, which is scary.
Yeah. So now it's either you like this book or you hate this book. But just know if you hate it, we're going to fucking hate you for it. And it's like, okay, I like it.
I know. Isn't it kind of... Oh, dude, we're like derailing here. But like, isn't it kind of crazy that people like... You can't say anything because it feels like you're attacking somebody. Like, yeah. I can't say like, oh, I don't like this book. Because then I can't say like, I fucking hate this book. Because then people will be like, you know what? I don't fucking like you.
And then it kind of goes back to like the idea of debate, because debate is like something that existed back then to the point where it was like, okay, in a debate, you have to respect both sides. You have to respect that whatever argument's coming, it's based off evidence. Yeah. And usually people that debated respect each other, because it was like, hey, you know enough about what you're saying and I may not agree with you, so I really hope that I'm able to sway your side. And that's like the origin of debate. Yeah. But now debates are like the fucking like, you know what, bitch, I fucking hate your shoes. I bet you don't even carry your own golf bag.
Oh my god.
That's important.
That's very important. Not relevant to the book we're talking about right now, but okay.
But you know what I mean? It's like the idea of being able to express your opinion online has now become ruined because opinions are no longer respected. But it's because people sometimes have an opinion that's to the point where it was like, you know what, this is my opinion, and if you hate it, I'll fucking end you. It's like, okay, wait a minute. It's just an opinion about a book.
Let's backtrack a little bit. Hold on. You know what? Let's keep talking about that in the next episode, because damn, we really derailed. Cheli, speaking about serial killers, first of all, I also want to insert the quote by Bailey Sarian. I love Bailey Sarian. Okay. Get better idols. Love when she says that. I don't think she says that anymore, but you know what? It's fine.
Hopefully that's ingrained in people.
I hope so. But Cheli, do you think a book...
No, word this correctly.
Do you think a book where they're both kind of really creative and creatively make not the best choices could fix your life?
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of the Book Fix podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli, and we are reading the sequel
to
Brynne
Weaver's Ruinous Love Trilogy.
So we have read
Butcher and Blackbird,
which I would say is one of the best pieces of art.
Wow. Is it a contender for your book of the year?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
I gave the first book a 5 out of 5. And it was funny because go back to the last episode of Butcher and Blackbird that we did. I mentioned at the end, I'm not interested in the second book.
You did say that. I remember that. You were like, I don't really want to read it. Not that bad anyway.
And then you were like, Leather and Lark. And I'm like, yes, I'm already reading it.
You're like, say no more. I already have it in my hands.
It was funny. You texted me last night and you were like, because we had 2 books. Both of us were missing 2 books for this read. You were finishing Leather and Lark and going to read our next book. And I was finishing that book and I was going to read Leather and Lark.
Yeah, but I was like, why aren't you reading? No, I was finished with Leather and Lark. Okay. I was like, why aren't you reading Leather and Lark?
That's semantics.
I was like, girl, what?
We don't gotta get into the specifics. But it was funny because I told you, I was like, I'm in such a reading high right now. Like, give me the Bible. Like, I could read anything right now.
And I told her, I'm not reading the Bible.
I was by the time you texted that, I was already done with my second read of it. But like, I did not think we were gonna do this.
I didn't either. Butcher and Blackbird was definitely not my contender for book of the year.
But you scored it pretty high, didn't you?
I think I felt kind of, I don't even remember how I felt about it, but I feel kind of like, it was pretty funny. Like, I liked some parts of it. I liked that Butcher was a himbo. I thought that was funny, kind of charming.
Loved him. Rowan.
Yeah, Rowan. And so if you haven't read Butcher and Blackbird, I guess you don't have to read it, but you should, just so you kind of get like the taste of the world a little bit.
Yes.
So that one is about Butcher and Rowan and Sloane. And both of them are serial killers who kill other serial killers, but like bad ones, I guess.
Yeah.
And they kind of go into like this like contest of like who can get to this serial killer first. But Leather and Lark is different. But it is connected because the main characters are connected to the main characters in Butcher and Blackbird.
Yeah. So Lark, she is best friends with Sloane, who is Blackbird, and Rowan, who is Butcher, is the brother of the main character of this book, whose name is Lachlan Kane. So what I liked about the first book was the dialogue and the pacing of the book. I don't know if you felt the same, but that wasn't in this second book.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So when I started this book, it starts off immediately. By the way, hella trigger warnings.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Brynne, she just kind of like puts on a generator of nouns and the word pizza comes up and she's like, oh, chill. Okay. How do I fuck that up? She's like,
so it was so funny because did you listen to it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I thought it was so funny because in the audiobook for Leather and Lark, like it's dual.
Yes.
So it's like the guy and the girl, but they're talking like overlapping each other, which I thought was amazing. I love that shit. So when they bring up the whole list of trigger warnings, I thought it was so funny because the guy would say it and she would be like,
I thought that was funny too. Oh my gosh. So
read the trigger warnings.
Oh my God. Okay. So eyeballs, but not eye sockets. So you're welcome.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Queen.
Byproducts. I might have ruined pizza and beer. Also smoothies. Still not sorry. Snow globes. Auto cannibalism. Welcome to the debate you never thought you have. Numerous weapons and sharp objects, including darts, scissors, guns, saws, knives, grinders, and edger. And a little implement called an inoculation spoon. Severed fingers. You might have new thoughts about crafting with epoxy resin, vehicular collisions, drowning in various forms, terminal illness of a loved one, detailed sex scenes, which include, but not limited to, adult toys, choking, rough sex, mild degradation, sexual acts in public, pegging, praise kink, references to parental neglect and child abuse not depicted, references to child sexual assault not depicted, religious references, trauma, explicit and colorful language, including a lot of blasphemy. Don't say I didn't warn you. Injured dog, because Cause of injury not depicted, and he's okay, I promise. And there's a lot of death. It's a book about contract killer and a serial killer falling in love. So I feel like that's probably a given. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Can I say something controversial?
Go ahead. Please, Queen, say it. Say it with your chest.
I don't think you should make jokes in your trigger warnings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
The point of trigger warnings is to warn someone just in case you have trauma with certain things. So for a person to be like, oh yeah, injury of a dog, but don't worry, he's okay, he's chilling.
Don't worry,
it's kind of like,
he's fine.
Who are you to say that someone didn't go through something traumatic enough where that's actually gonna fucking get to them?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. That's
so
crazy.
That kind of took me out.
I think for me, it didn't really hit me because I was in it, like I was immersed, like because it was the voices of the main characters. So I was like, oh, okay, this is how they would fucking say.
And it
this
was kind of silly because they were both kind of they would be like pegging, and then Lark would be like, and you know, it's supposed to be like funny, but also like, what if someone really doesn't like it?
No, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you. That's a good point.
Yeah, so that kind of was like,
because you're right. Like if someone has like an actual like trigger to one of the things that is mentioned, like I think it would be kind of like a slap in the face for you to be like, LOL,
because it's like you're putting down my trigger.
Yeah, but
yeah, I thought that was the point of trigger warnings, to be like, I'm triggering you. I don't want to trigger you, here's this, so why are you like,
but I guess like, for example, like, sorry I ruined pizza and smoothies, like I guess because you don't really know what she's gonna do to the pizza and the smoothies at that point, so it's kind of like, oh, okay, LOL.
But I don't think that should be a trigger warning. I think the that should have either been an author's note, right under the dedication, or that should have been like food trigger warning, like food
ruining food.
Yeah, or there's a word for it, but
food play. No, it's not food play.
No, it was there's a word for it, I can't think of it right now, but like to take it more seriously.
Yeah, I agree with you, Queen.
So thank you, Slay. As they do in the story. So this book starts off in the perspective of Lark, and she was the bestie of Sloane, and I think it even mentions in book 1 she wasn't a killer.
No, she wasn't.
So for
and it's interesting because even when like Sloane like mentions her, she's just like, oh, she's just my sweet friend. My sweet friend.
She knows I kill, and she's kind of vibing with it.
And she's cool with it. It's fine.
So it immediately starts with Lark saying like, people don't know this about me, but I love distress. And she's like setting a man's like privates on fire.
Dude, it's crazy. So the way that the book starts off is that she caught her boyfriend cheating on her. But that wasn't like the worst part about it. It's that the guy would like prey on women. And so she was like, you know what, babe? I could have forgiven that, but you're like hurting other women, and I can't stand by that shit.
Yeah.
So she's literally like listening to Firework by Katy Perry while lighting this man up like a firework. And it's crazy. Crazy in like the way, like, damn, it really knew how to start. You know, like it started very
strong.
Yeah, exactly. So
what we know about Lark is that when she did this, she didn't really think it through.
No.
So she called her dad, her rich ass dad, and is like, "Hey, pop."
Well, hold on. Pause on that.
Okay.
She doesn't call her dad in this moment.
Yes. Oh, what happens?
No. She doesn't. She's not able to delete off this boyfriend at the time. Remember? Oh. And so she has to like, because he doesn't die, so she has to shoot him. I think, right? Okay. So then there's another situation where she's running off somebody else off the road or something, and they end up in the lake, but her car is ruined in the process. And so she's like, Dad, I need your help.
Wait, so was the person that she crashed into the person she was trying to kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of...
I don't remember the specific.
Because her car was ruined also, but...
Her Escalade.
R.I.P. to the Escalade. But yeah, so then she calls her stepdad, and her stepdad's like, oh my God, girl, I always have to clean up your messes.
Yep. So then he's like, call this number. They're not going to ask any questions. Do not give him your name. And they will clean up whatever you have. And so these two people come, and they come in masks.
Yeah.
And it's like one of them is really big, really angry, and he's just kind of like concussion. She's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
thank you.
Head hurt, blurry, unconscious. And it's just like very one word type shit. And she's just like not feeling this man at all. And then there's another guy whose name is Connor, and he's like, okay, looks like we got a dead one there. We'll go ahead and do cleanup. You don't worry about anything. Like, we'll make sure we do all, and whatever. But then the other guy is like, okay, we got to get you out of here. Jump in my trunk. You have to get in the trunk. And she's like, no.
Doesn't he like not really even ask though? He kind of like grabs her.
He grabs her, and then when he mentions like how the person had died, she kind of makes like trying to make it seem like she's shocked that he was killed. So she's like, oh no, he's dead.
No way.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, the tears.
But she, at this point, she's wearing like a lot of makeup. No?
Yeah,
because she doesn't.
She's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, doesn't look like herself.
No, so
which is important.
So then this guy, the one who's like one word man, they call him Budget Batman.
Yeah.
So
because he does a lot of like.
Yeah, talks about Gotham. It's weird. So
talks about never mind.
Batman spoilers.
I don't want to spoil Batman.
So he's over here like, oh, you're such a princess. I bet you do shit like this. Don't even care about the people you kill. And just call dad to fix everything, right? You're one of those.
She's like, yeah. That sounds like me.
So then he's like, whatever, get in the trunk. And she's like, please don't make me do that. And he's like, stop fucking complaining. Get in the trunk. And so she does, and she has like a freak out. But is...
Because it's related to like PTSD, basically. Yeah. So she's like having a full-on panic attack in the trunk. And... Budget Batman doesn't realize it. He's
BB, yeah. So
best character.
She opens the trunk, jumps out, and is like, fuck these bitches, and leaves. Yeah. So remember, Butcher and Blackbird happens way in the future. Sloane and Rowan are together, and
these bitches are getting married.
They're getting married.
How did you feel about that? That they're getting married?
I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna hate me for it.
Why?
I hated Sloane and Rowan in this one.
Why?
They were not Sloane and Rowan.
What was missing?
Everything. They did not. They acted.
Is it because I know what you're gonna say?
Okay.
They acted like themselves, but like times 10. Is that what you're gonna say? Minus
explain
10.
Explain it.
Like it felt like a joke. I don't know.
Yes.
I'm thinking of a specific part. I'm gonna skip a little forward, but I'm thinking of a specific part where Lachlan reaches out to Sloane because he's like, hey, there's something wrong with Lark and I don't really get her. And she's like, you know what, fuck you, bitch. Maybe you should be like a normal ass husband, sorry, spoiler, and fucking talk to her.
And then he's like, okay, I will. And then she texts back, I knew you would do it. I knew you had a heart in that. I knew it.
I knew you understood
Rowan's
me.
crying on the floor right now. We love you.
I thought it was so funny. I thought in that literally exact same moment where Sloane stopped texting Lachlan for like a minute. And then Rowan texts Lachlan. He's like, Sloane is literally screaming at me about how you're such an idiot.
It's like... It's funny.
It feels like fan fiction. Is that right?
Yes. It doesn't feel like them because I was listening to the audiobook while following along. Thank you. And in the audiobook, you can hear the characters laughing. And to me, it just felt so unlike them where Lachlan would be like, how do I get through to her? And then you just hear Rowan and Sloane laugh at him. And I'm like, what the fuck is so funny, bitch? You both are killers. Okay.
What is interesting, too, is that I don't even think it's a bad question to ask because Lachlan and Lark kind of, they don't even know each other. He doesn't know anything about her and she's very closed off in some parts. Yeah. So he doesn't know how to get through to her. So he's like asking her friend. I don't think that's weird.
No, it's not. And the thing is, I would have liked the parallel of both of their relationships because to move forward, basically what happens is that Lark's family is money. Do they actually own a muffin business? Is that like legit?
I think so. I think that's a joke that it's like a really good muffin business.
Yeah. So it turns out that there's money coming out of the company and they don't understand why. and there's someone that believes that there's a contract killer that is going to kill the rest of their family. And she's like, oh shit, Lachlan's a contract killer and I hate that bitch. But if they start to suspect him, then that's going to ruin Sloane's relationship with Rowan.
And Sloane and Rowan had just gotten married and she didn't want that to happen to her best friend. But it's also because I think she overheard a conversation from her great aunt and her family. And I think they were talking about Lachlan, or I don't know. They were talking about something, and it kind of just connected to Lachlan. And so she was like, oh my God, I have to save my best friend from losing her husband, which is Rowan.
So she tells Lachlan, like, the only way to save both of them is to marry each other.
Because if we're married, my parents won't do anything to you. And it has to be marriage, because that's how they would know that it's serious.
Yeah. So I really liked the fact that this story was very much Lachlan figuring out who his wife was, and just coming, what I wanted more of is him coming to terms with, like, just because she's a killer doesn't mean she's not still Lark. Like, I thought that's where it was going towards. But as soon as he figures out that she actually kills and found, like, her box of mementos, which was, like, very horrible shit, I wanted him to be like, oh, my God, I pulled a fucking Rowan. Like,
I thought I fucking saved myself.
Because I kind of would have liked if Lachlan didn't like his job.
Oh, okay.
You know, and because this is
like he didn't like to kill.
Yeah, because this is like a humor book, you know, like it's supposed to be like kind of silly. I wish he would have been like, you know what, contract killer, I get it, but we don't even have 401k. We don't even have health benefits.
Babe, my tooth has been hurting for a long time.
Oh, you're pulling out teeth. Who's pulling out mine? Like, I would have liked something like that where it's kind of like he hates it. And then he sees his wife is a killer and he's just like, literally everyone fucking has this job. Like, apparently you don't need any experience. And for him to just be like, I still love her though. And you know what? And it would have just been a silly thing. Like, what the fuck? You're okay with this? But it's kind of like, it's just the silliness of this story where it's like, okay.
Okay. Like, this is my life now.
This is my life. This is my wife. Yeah. The end.
I can't think of another fucking word that rhymes with it.
This is my knife.
And this is my tribe. Okay, I tried. Anyway.
Okay,
so she brings it up to Lachlan, like, hey, let's get married. And he's like, all right, chill.
But like I said, I would have appreciated if the build up to figuring out she was a killer was more of a big deal. And that I wish Lachlan would have looked at her and low-key hated that she was a killer, but then looked at Sloane and Rowan and been like,
well, they make it work.
They make it work.
What I did think was kind of funny was that she was in denial. I don't think she realized how many people she had killed at this point.
Because she started up by saying 7.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I think it was like 5, I think. No, 7. Well, one died in the hospital, so like...
I don't know if you can count that one.
I don't know if that one counts. No, it's definitely 9.
No, because grace period, right? And he's like, there's no such thing as a grace period. He's like, okay, 10.
Yeah, so she just kept like raising the number.
But she called herself a multiple deleter.
Well,
she's not wrong.
She's not wrong, but she's not right also. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Oh my God, wow. I think I would have liked that.
Brynne, I'm here.
Brynne, hire her. She has a big brain.
Thank you.
I actually was into this book though. Like as soon as it started, I was like, okay, I'm in it. I get it now, because I'm not really super into like gory details or anything. Like
the first book.
Yeah, like anything like with like ruining the, like, for example, like the whole ice cream thing and the accidental cannibalism, like all that shit. Like I can't.
I didn't get that accidental cannibalism. Was it because he put the teeth in?
I think so. I haven't.
It wasn't accidental though. He did it on purpose.
I know. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I hated that scene.
I feel like the older I get, the more squeamish I am. Like I can't handle certain things.
That's so funny that you say that, because that scene literally took me out.
Which scene?
The part where Rowan, the part where Lachlan is with his boss Leander, and he's torturing someone, and Leander gets like food, pizza, ice cream, and teeth, and mixes it together until it's like a smoothie, and then feeds it to the person he's torturing. And to me, I was just kind of like, why did you do that?
Like, I don't even get it. Like, I feel like that's so much effort. You know, like,
I feel like it would have been scarier this is weird to say, had he like opened him up and you can see him eat, and it like,
ew.
You know, I know, but you know, that's like, that shit's scary.
But it's not meant to be scary.
No, but like it's meant that would have been
quirky.
Quirky and whatever. But like, I feel like that shit would have gotten me if he was like that, and he was like, I just fed it to you. I just
made this pizza.
Because to me, that just felt like a cheap scare tactic. Like, what, you want me to be like, who?
Bitch, this guy ate gross ass ice cream. Okay, I've seen it all. At
eating
this point.
Teeth. I'm pretty sure there's a child out there who's lost their baby tooth and is like, swallowed it. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Normal Tuesday.
Some people think this is trigger warning. I think it's Tuesday. So I don't know. I get you. I'm surprised that you like this book, from what it seems, more than I did.
I know. I thought you were gonna love this book.
I didn't hate it.
But you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it, but I didn't hate it. I just wish there was more substance to it. I know it's not supposed to be taken seriously, but to me,
you took it seriously.
I took it very seriously. To me, I just kind of wished that both characters had more depth to them.
That is so funny, because that's what I wanted in the first book. I feel like I didn't know shit about Sloane and Rowan.
No, but
I didn't know anything about these bitches. But
they had humor. Okay. And honestly, Lark's not funny. She's not funny. Multiple deleter.
I giggled a little. I was like, you know what? She's right. I support women's rights and wrongs.
Love it. Lachlan? He's just a big man.
You ever like see him, a big man who grovels over his girl and think, damn, that's hot.
That's kind of hot. How did you feel that he was always turned on? Because poor Pants, I feel like those poor Pants. So it'd be funny if in these movies, because you remember how Christian Grey, shout out to 50 Shades.
Oh, shout out.
Had
Memories.
Had his sex pants.
Oh my
and
God.
Everyone was like, why the fuck do you have sex jeans? It's like, why?
Don't be rude.
But I get it. Because the denim is made out of denim, but the front part is made out of stretchable fabric because it needs to hold it back.
Have you seen those like athletic jeans? Like I think it's the athletic ones. I could be wrong. I think they're made to be stretchy, like a little stretchy, a little stretch.
See, that's what sex jeans are. The front is stretch. That's because poor fucking Lachlan, he's always fucking turned on. Yeah. There's no blood in the rest of his body. It's just all there. Poor man's fainting every second of the day.
I feel so bad for him, you know?
Babe, don't push me. I will fall. Like, I have nothing here.
Babe, no thoughts. No thoughts right here.
All here.
Just vibes.
He really was a no thoughts, just vibes. Yeah. Actually, no, he wasn't, because man was a controlled fucking... He was, what was it? A contract serial killer. Mm-hmm. So it kind of threw me off when he would be like, I love my babe, but I gotta go kill a guy.
He kind of hated his job, though.
I wish we saw that more. I just wish we would have seen him fucking like chopping away and just like, well, I remember.
Fucking hate this shit.
I knew I should have stuck with McDonald's. Like, I fucking love turning those burgers. Now I'm making burgers.
It's like, it's like I knew I should have stayed in college. Fuck.
I fucking knew it. But then Rowan was like, go become a serial killer. And I was like, yeah, sure.
You make it seem easy.
We don't even have dental. We don't even have fucking dental. Like, that would have been so good, dude.
That would have been good. I feel like there's no way the next book, the third book of the trilogy, there's no way that it's gonna be like this serial killer heavy, right? Theo seems so sweet. He seems so harmless.
I don't remember that.
The brother, the little brother.
I don't remember him at all.
Don't you remember that he was like heartbroken from that one girl?
Oh, yes.
Forgot her name.
Yes.
Don't care.
Claire?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't care.
That reminds me. Oh, my God. It's off topic. That reminds me. I went to the movies to watch A Quiet Place day one. They played the trailer to Smile, too. And it was so fucking funny because my boyfriend turns to me and he's like, oh, my God, when does this come out? And I was like, I don't know. October 18th. Literally just came mad at me. And I was like, whoa, how did I know that? And then literally as soon as the trailer was done, it said October 18th. He was like, how did you know that? I guess I Googled it a little bit. I don't know.
Slay. A girly just knows.
She just knows.
A girly just knows.
I've just been waiting. It's on my calendar.
So how did you feel about the development of the relationship between Lark and Rowan? Whoa. Sorry, they're just besties.
Rowan.
Lark and Lachlan.
So I thought they were funny. I don't know. I actually really liked them because it was very like slow burn, and I thought it was so fucking funny when they agreed to get married, right? And over here, fucking right. This was like right after Sloane and Rowan's wedding, by the way, and so obviously Sloane was super happy for her wedding, and Lark was crying because she's so happy for her best friend, and so now we cut to Lark's wedding with Lachlan, and she obviously has her best friend Sloane with her, and then she's just like trying to pretend to be super in love with him, but fucking failing at it. Like she sucks. She's not even trying really. And Sloane is just like, well, if you love him so much, then how come you're not looking at him like you love him? You look disgusted. You look unhappy. And she's just like I thought that whole scene was funny, because she seemed really miserable, and she was just like, no, I'm super happy, super stoked.
Love him. I know.
Love this man.
Love
what was your name
Lockwood.
Love
him, the L man.
what was his last name? Klein.
Rowan, what's your last
Kane?
name again?
Kane. It was Kane, right?
Right.
You don't remember? You don't remember? Weren't you in love with Rowan?
No, I'll circle back to that. No,
You don't remember?
It's Kane.
Okay.
No, yeah, it's Kane.
Cheli keeps making faces like she's not sure. I think it is Kane. I thought it was so funny how when they were starting to, develop a relationship, she was so committed to this part of her being his wife that anytime anyone would say her name, which was Montague, oh my God, crazy.
I know. Love it.
She'd be like, no, it's Kane, actually. Don't be fucking rude.
It's fucking Kane.
It's Kane. Don't fucking forget it. Do you see this ring? Thank you.
How did you feel about that part where it was the first time they went out, like kind of like double dated with Rowan and Sloane and Claire, which was,
oh God,
it seemed like it was someone that
it made it seem like Claire had something with
Lachlan
because she kind of like looked at them, and Lachlan was like, this is my wife.
My wife.
Yeah. And she was just like, you're so funny, Lachlan. So funny.
So funny and so strong. Oh my God.
Oh, do you work out? Oh my God. So buff.
A little bit.
And so she made it, it made it seem like there was something between them, but that's not what happened. She had been with the little brother, Theo, and that's how they knew each other. But anyway, then Lark leaves fucking pissed, and she's just like, oh, excuse me, I'm just gonna go, bye guys, kisses. And then Sloane, which I thought was kind of like weird how she just randomly brings up like, oh, you should go after her, because if there's one thing about Lark is she's a little unhinged. She seems really sweet, really nice, really loving, but
I thought it was funny how even Rowan knew. He's like, yeah, once I got on her bad side, she fucking glitter bombed me. That sounds funny. Look at this. It's like glitter.
I actually really love the whole like glitter hyperfixation. I thought that was so funny.
But Lachlan runs to catch up with Lark, and it's like, what the fuck are you even gonna do? And he's like, I don't know, like breaking into her house, maybe glitter bomb the place. Stop glitter bombing places.
Babe, I have my glitter bombs. I can't just not use them.
Do I just hold on to them? No. You never hold on to your glitter bombs, babe.
But so she obviously cares for him, or it's more so just like what's the
Jealousy?
word? Possession, I guess, maybe. But what was the moment when she expressed like the PTSD again? Do you remember? There was like
it was when they were figuring out more about why people were targeting her family. They had went into it was like a party, I guess, and it was someone's office.
The elevator.
No, it was a closet. Because they were in someone's office, and someone came in, and they hid in the closet, and he pulled her close and covered her mouth, but was just like, babe. wait, hold on. Batman. Joker. Okay. Babe.
Babe, for Gotham. We have to get the fuck out of this closet.
I swear, if my name isn't Batman, I'm here, babe. I know you're scared of he makes it work. I know you're scared of dark, tight spaces we'll never get out of, babe. I know, I get it, babe. We're never getting out. I don't
even know how to get out of here, babe.
Honestly, I broke the lock, but it's babe.
I can't fucking see.
Don't fucking freak out. I'm kind of freaking out too. Babe.
We both can't be scared of the dark.
Okay, babe, give me a second. It's like crying. But he's like, I'm here for you. Mm-hmm. It's okay. And he like, it explains it. I think it's the scene if I'm getting it wrong. No, I didn't. No, but there's a scene that
cite your work below. Thank you.
There's a scene that talks about like him kissing her, but it explains the kiss as kind of like it's more of like a touch of skin, where it's like he's not kissing me to be romantic. He's putting his lips near me because that's the closest thing that can show like, hey,
I'm here.
Which is honestly, that's such a bestie move. Just kiss your bestie. It's just kind of, I'm just gonna put my lips on you. It's not romantic.
It's very platonic, honestly. Kind of boring.
But I thought it was really like, that was just such a sweet moment, because she was just at that moment. You know what? Claustrophobia. I'm not that scared of tight spaces.
I think we're okay. I'm mixing the moment, because wasn't there a moment when they were in a tight space, and maybe it was the closet, I don't remember, but then he's like, oh babe, don't worry, I know how to get up there and like unhinge something.
Oh, you're right.
Or he wanted to put her up
there.
That
was the elevator,
right? Okay. But then she calls her friend Rose.
Yes, Rose.
Yeah, she calls her friend Rose, and she's just like, it's fine. So she's talking to Rose on the phone, and that's calming her down. But after they're able to get out of the elevator or closet or whatever, she's not really the same anymore. She's kind of like still reeling over that PTSD moment of like having that panic attack of being in that enclosed space. And so Lachlan is trying to figure out like, what the hell happened? Like, how do I figure out what's wrong with my wife? How do I figure out how to help my wife? Yeah. My wife. And so that's when he calls Sloan, and Sloan's like, you dumb fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Why don't you fucking ask her?
And it's really sad, because at that point he realizes like, oh shit, and this was the person I stuffed in a trunk. Because that's the elevator scene. Because then when it gets to the closet scene, she's not as scared, because when they come out, instead of having the panic of being in a closet, she is more just looking at Lachlan.
Yeah, so she's focusing on Lachlan.
And I think I'm going to start mixing scenes. But honestly, go read the book, because like...
Yeah, trigger warning.
But I really liked the part where you could tell she wanted to kiss him. And when she tried, he was like, ooh, ooh.
He's like, whoa, hold on, I'm married.
Oh, it was at that point, because he has his hand on her chest. And as she's leaning forward, he just kind of pushes her.
Just shoves her away.
No, but just kind of like pushes her back gently and is like, I don't want you to kiss me unless you've forgiven me for what I did to you.
Yeah. So he's really like beating himself up over what he did to her. I mean, he didn't know that she was triggered by the tight spaces. So he didn't know that, but now realizing it, now he feels really bad about it. So he wants to make it up to her, not with his words, which I thought was interesting, because even Lark brings it up at some point where it's like, you know, he's done a lot, but that bitch does not apologize. But it's because he really wants to show her with his actions.
Yes. So skipping forward, he starts to really care about her, and is so just like, I just want my babe to do well, and my babe doesn't sleep.
What the fuck am I gonna do?
So I'm gonna send her to sleep school, and all they do is
sleep school.
All they do is sleep, babe. Go sleep over there. And then she's like,
it's really a place,
treatment center.
Yeah. So like if you have insomnia, like they have like acupuncture, massages, like any stuff like that.
And it's funny because during that, he does take her out one day to go murder someone who had fucked with her life. And when she gets there and looks through the torture devices, she's like, babe, but you did not put in a glitter bomb, babe.
But you know me so well. Oh my God.
Yeah, so they like have moments where they're just kind of like so into each other. And it's like you said, it's such a slow burn, but he's like, no,
don't touch me until
for
you
Lark,
love me.
For you in Gotham, I can't.
For you in Gotham, I would do anything, babe.
This is harder than my time in Arkham. So
babe, I've defeated the Joker. I could defeat this wall between us.
I would like to think that before he took this job, he was Batman, but they didn't offer like good benefits for retirement, so he did have to move on. But now he doesn't get dental.
But so like really
did it get better?
What are the pros and cons here?
So I do want to bring up,
please do,
Lark, except like forgiving him. She brought it up not with words, well, kind of.
Oh, I know what you're
but
gonna
with
say.
a song,
with a little tune.
I would like to believe, because the thing is, they didn't really talk about her band.
Oh yeah, she's an indie artist.
She's an indie artist.
She's a singer, songwriter, cello player,
whatever. But I would like to believe that she was in a little venue, like maybe 100 people max, and they don't. Was it 500? I think
it was like 25. I was kidding.
I know it was Lachlan and some dude named Kevin. No, but it was. I think they did say it was like 500.
Yeah.
But she was performing. I would like to just put us in there in the story. You and I have, tickets to go see an indie artist, are in the front seats, and we see someone come up. We don't know who she is. And she's like, I would just like to sing a little ditty that I wrote about a special someone.
Shout out to you, babe.
8-foot tall Lachlan. Catch the... Okay. Thanks, babe.
He's still wearing the Batman mask.
Justice. So, she's like, I'm going to sing a little ditty.
Okay.
I'm not going to
sing it.
Don't get me wrong. I love who You're
like,
rips off.
You're like, I'm not going to sing it. You pull out your guitar.
Okay.
No, don't sing it. Just read it.
I've been cold for a long, long time, dreaming of flames in the night. I've been living a dark and delicate lie. Oh, what a sweet, strange, dangerous surprise to find. Your touch, hot coals, your scent like smoke, your eyes burn holes looking back. Sparks crack so loud, light falls on your mouth, your hands reach out holding a match. As if to say, baby, would you burn down the world for me? Because I'd burn it down for you. Ruinous Loves by Brynne Weaver.
Oh my God.
All I know how to do. I'm not scared of damnation. I'm just new to this desire. I do believe the best things come out of the fire. I do. Ashes out of the window, moonbeams catching dust. Lay me down, baby. Don't let me rest too much. The end of life as we know it, as a beautiful view. Here I am looking at you. I do believe the best things come out of fire. I do. You've been forgiven. Got my permission to carry on sinning. You've been forgiven. Got my permission to carry on sinning. Don't get me wrong. I love.
Okay. How did you feel about this? And you know what's interesting? In the audiobook, that girl is singing. Yeah. She's singing the song.
Dude, it was funny because I was, trying to follow along. So I had the audiobook playing. I had my ebook like in front of me, and then I was working on like paperwork for my job, so I was just like writing. As soon as she started singing, I put my pencil down. I was like, bitch. You were like I'm beatboxing with it.
You pull out your cello. You're like, hell yeah, girl.
Like I said, can you imagine if you and I went to this concert?
I can. We're
and
there.
we see her like, I do. And Lachlan in the back. And you and I are just like, what the fuck is going on?
I think I would stand it though. I'd be like, hell yeah.
I'm confused, and you'd be like, no, yeah, this is their moment.
Let's not ruin their moment.
It's so weird to me. I totally forgot she was an indie artist. So to me, it's just kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
I feel like they didn't. I don't know. I was more so focused on the fact that she was a serial killer. So
yeah.
So when she started singing, I was like, oh, she's got hobbies.
No, don't get me wrong. I was totally okay with her being a serial killer.
The singer?
The musician part? No, make it believable.
That's not.
I'm kidding.
But not likely.
So after her song is over and Lachlan is in tears, fucking Batman broken. Like, he was given a gift that she said, don't open it until I tell you to open it. So then after the song is over, she kind of moves her mic and she mouths to him like, open it, bitch. And he opens it and it's a little remote controller, which I fucking hate. Because, I mean, it has 3 settings. You know what that shit is. Not him being like, what is this contraption?
He's like, I've never
What is this melody?
I've never seen this shit before in my life. He's like, what's this button do?
It'd be funny if it was just a remote controller. So he presses like the power button, all the lights go off. She starts a murder spree. I love you,
babe. Who are these people?
How did you feel about that whole scene? Because it was a controller for her toy that she happened to have very near and dear her
heart
and her ussy. So good for them.
Good for them. I'm happy for them, honestly. Mm-hmm. You know, she sang a beautiful song.
Beautiful vibes.
She got to see heaven for a second there.
Yeah, she really did. And then so they do that. She's over here playing the cello, having a cello solo, and he's messing with the remote controller. She finishes. Meanwhile, she also finishes the song. And then she looks up and she doesn't see Lachlan anywhere.
Dude, that part, because she was finally feeling like, oh my God, I think I'm in love with my husband. That's so weird. Ew. Mm-hmm. You know, no one expected this but me, I guess. And so she doesn't see Lachlan and she like full on starts crying.
Yep.
She's having a whole like a panic attack, I guess, over this. And she's just like, oh my God, what have I done? I'm so stupid. Like, to think that, you know, something was going to happen between him and I.
I knew it. I knew he would judge me if I was a musician.
I knew he wouldn't like the song.
But
I have 3 other songs, babe.
But then he comes up and is like, did you not read your text? And it's just him that he wrote dressing room now. And she's like, oh. So they go to the dressing room and they love.
They love each other.
They love. Mm. So romantic where he's like, I'm not going to fuck my wife in a dressing room. I'm going to fuck her at home like a real gentleman.
I'm not a fucking animal.
You know, he's like going feral, foaming at the mouth. It's like, babe, it's not that deep.
Dude, that man was always horny.
Dude,
that man was
like,
always.
I'm telling you, if he was wearing denim jeans, I would like to imagine that his blue jeans are a little faded at like his
crotch area,
crotchular area, because he's just always stretching it. I can't fucking hold it back, babe.
Well, I mean,
babe, run. She's just gonna fucking, I'm gonna unzip and you're gonna get fucking hit in the face, babe.
Yeah, that's probably,
that's what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Actually, that was their whole relationship. Oh,
yeah, their spice was like a lot.
You know, we read so much that a lot of the times the spice just kind of like blends in together. I don't remember.
It does.
I just remember thinking like, damn, again?
They were super vocal.
Yeah.
They were, because they were very much into the fact that they were married. So, this is my wife.
This is my fucking
what
wife.
The fuck is your name? Lark. Like, no, your full name.
Lark Kane.
Yeah,
Kane.
My beautiful wife. Yeah, Kane. Say my name now. Wait, spell your name but backwards.
Yeah, that was definitely a kink for them.
Yeah.
Which was, you know,
okay.
It's cool.
Fast forward, dude. I don't even fucking. Her aunt dies.
I felt so bad.
I felt bad too, but her was like, "See ya, bitches."
I thought that Ethel, I think was her name. Ethel she was a good side character. She was like, yeah, these bitches, I'm about to marry these bitches together. She was scheming. She knew that they were gonna fall in love with each other. Mm-hmm. But Ethel dies because of a character named Abe,
who was the brother
to the guy in the first book, Butcher and Blackbird, by Brynne Weaver. And he was the one who was like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibe guy. Mm-hmm. And so he's kind of like getting revenge on Rowan Kane, but he's doing it by like looking into his circle. And so he's going to like go after Lark and Lachlan basically to hurt Rowan.
So he kills Ethel and is now gonna go after Lark. So after hours and hours of sex, because it mentions that they went on for hours the first time. After
after like a whole month.
Yeah, they finally leave the room. Fucking, I don't even want to imagine how that door opening went, but like fucking leave that steamy ass room. And he's like, babe, we're gonna meet up at this spot, like please meet up there. But then she gets caught and kidnapped by Abe, who is like gonna cook her.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Just like those muffins. They're going fucking down.
It's very poetic, honestly.
Yeah. I go the way I've worked.
In the fucking easy bake oven.
Dude, I fucking knew it. But I thought it was kind of funny because I don't know if you thought the same. This scene felt very quick. Gonna go save you, babe. Bah, she's saved. Never fucking do that shit again to me, babe. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I said I was gonna get kidnapped. I knew you were gonna hate that. Okay, babe, I won't.
Yeah, I promise you that I will never do that again. I swear.
But then after that, I forget the first time they say I love you. But it's pretty like mutual, isn't it?
I don't remember. Wait.
It's a mutual moment where they're both kind of like.
Did they say I love you?
You know what, babe?
Wait, why are you looking at me like that? You're in love with me or something?
Wait, don't make it fucking weird. It was when she was about to head out before she was kidnapped. And they were on the phone. Felt solace in his silence. I know he's there giving me time, another steady anchor in a storm. I stand in the bedroom that's become ours and stare at the floor, caught in my torrent of thoughts and realization when the quiet voice finally pulls me free. Lark, yeah, I love you. A breath stalls in my lungs. I love you. A breath stalls in my lungs. That quiet confession echoes in my mind until it brands itself there. I love you. And then she thinks about it.
She's like, sick. Thanks, babe.
She thinks about it. And I think she says it back. I don't think she says it back. She just deep sighs. I say goodbye and think about it. I'm in love with my husband. I laugh. She says out loud. Bentley, to her dog. I'm in love with my husband. I guess that means we have to keep him. Hear that? Scheming Hellraiser. I'm in love with Lachlan Kane.
She's talking to her great aunt because her great aunt is dead at this point. She's like, you did this shit to me.
And then, yeah. So, I think the end of the book is literally like 9 years in the future, isn't it? Wait, I'm mixing our books. Sorry.
Mixing?
Didn't they go do like a camp?
9 years? I was like, no.
No.
I missed that epilogue.
How does this book end?
It ends by them being lovers, and she goes down on him, and they're in love with each other forever and ever and ever.
And the end. And she pegs him.
Beautiful. Oh, they love each other.
Oh, so cute.
Strapped. The bonus chapter, strapped.
That's hilarious. But also, I love it.
Yeah. So
we don't kink shame here.
What were your thoughts? I can obviously tell that you still prefer the first book.
Yes, but I did enjoy reading this book. I feel like had I been in the writing room with Brynne.
Oh my god.
I
one day. Brynne, hear me out, Brynne.
Hear me. B, come on.
BW. It's like her middle name's like Marie. BMW, come on.
So fucking funny. I feel like I would have made differences. Like I said, I wish there were more parallels to the relationship with him and Lark and the relationship between Rowan and Sloane. Whatever, though. And I wish it would have made more of a joke with the fact that he did not want to be a contract killer.
Mm-hmm. I think I would have also loved that.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointed now.
Yeah. But overall, I really liked it. I mean, I wasn't against it. I think what I liked about the first one that I was hoping would be in this one was the fact that the first one jumped through points in time. So
okay,
there would be distance in between. This one just was all together, and it just didn't feel right to me.
That's so funny, because that was like something I didn't like in the first one.
That's hilarious.
Because I'm just thinking like, okay, you like her, but you didn't text her that much, or you would text her, but we didn't get to see that, you know?
I didn't mind it. I kind of like that there was in between.
No.
That being said, I think I would give this book like a 3.5
Wow.
out of 5.
Wow. I think I'd give it a 4. I really liked this book.
I'm glad you did.
I thought it was good. I really liked my okay, this is a stupid
Nothing stupid.
complaint.
No, nothing
I
stupid.
kind of just wish that it wasn't Lachlan and Lark. I don't know. Like, the names are too similar. Do you get me?
Lachlan and Lark. L and
Like,
L.
Sloan and Rowan just kind of like comes out.
Yeah, because their ship name would be Sloan.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, and then Lachlan and Lark, it's Lark.
Clark.
Yeah, that's Leclark. Oh, actually, you know what? I take it back. 5 out of 5.
Kind of beautiful, actually. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, well, thank you everyone who is listening to it. I feel like this is a long episode. Everyone who's listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on. Thank you so much. If you can please leave a rating of 5 stars. It takes 2 seconds. Literally just click our name and it'll take you to the stars. And they changed it, how it works. You actually can only click 5 stars. So
oh my God.
Please just click 5 stars because it really helps us.
It really helps us, and it helps us be more like recommended. And you know, if we're more recommended, people will request more books.
Yeah, crazy.
People request more books. We review them.
And if you want to recommend a book to us, you can actually leave a review. So please recommend us our next read because we take those very seriously. If you want to support us and you have a little bit of extra money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment, there's not a lot on there, if anything at all. But please be patient. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, you can find us on buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix or coffee, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, and what do I say? Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm sorry, when we do like these, what are they called? Like
batches.
House items? Crazy. It also kind of blends together. I know how to say this part really well. If you want to support us on social media, we do have at Threads and Instagram and a Goodreads at the Bookfix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD, and we also have a TikTok at the Bookfix. Hello, THEBOOKFIX. Thank you. So we end our episodes by reading a review, positive and negative.
Which one do you want?
I'll read the positive.
Okay. How are you doing on your Goodreads, by the way? I don't think I asked you when you asked me, which I think was the last episode.
I have 65 out of 120.
65?
65. I'm reading a lot of manga, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Had it not been for the manga, I would have been at like 50 or 40.
Okay. My 1 star comes from Kim. They wrote, multiple deleters, the most idiotic term I've ever read in my entire life. I should have DNF'd this thing right then and there.
This comes from Taryn, who gave it a 5 out of 5, and they wrote, I loved this one so much. She's my wife. Gets me every fucking time.
Oh my God. I think that's like people's preferred, not a kink, what is it?
Title?
No, like it's almost like a praise kink.
It's just possessiveness.
Yeah. My wife. Do you remember when we reviewed Wife? By
Sam
Weaver.
Sam kidding. Weaver. They're related.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
I want to look. Oh, her name was Sam.
Oh my God, you're so good at remembering.
Samantha Coles. No, I'm not.
Kolesnik. Oh my God, shout out to.
Oh my God, shout out to the book. Scariest cover I've ever seen.
Why do you think it's so scary? I don't think it's that scary.
Really? Have you ever seen Babadook?
Yeah, we watched it together.
That's the face.
Of Babadook?
No, that's the face of the lady when she was imagining that she killed her son and she was through the window.
Oh my God, dude, you mentioned that? Okay. Go watch Babadook, but there is a scene where she's looking at the window.
It's scary.
And it is scary, yeah. I didn't notice it the first time, though. Because I watched it by myself, but then we watched it together, I think.
Yeah, I've seen that movie several times, and I regret it every single time I watch it. I hate that movie. Scary.